In the ancient town of Ephesus, nestled along the banks of a winding river, lived a young philosopher named Heraclitus. He was known for his profound wisdom and cryptic sayings, often sharing his thoughts with anyone who cared to listen. One warm summer afternoon, as the sun cast golden hues over the water, Heraclitus gathered a group of curious villagers by the riverbank. "Tell us a story, Heraclitus," a child begged, her eyes wide with anticipation. Heraclitus smiled and nodded. "Very well," he said, gesturing towards the flowing river. "This river, with its gentle currents and sparkling surface, holds a secret about life. Let me tell you about it." He picked up a small pebble and tossed it into the river. The pebble created ripples that spread across the water. "Imagine this river as a symbol of life," he began. "Every moment it flows, it changes. The water you see now is not the same water you saw a moment ago." The villagers leaned in, intrigued by his words. Heraclitus continued, "Once there was a man named Thales, who loved to sit by this very river. Every day he would dip his feet into the cool water and marvel at its beauty. One day a friend joined him and asked, 'Thales, why do you sit here every day staring at the same river?' Thales, with a twinkle in his eye, replied, 'Ah, my friend, it is not the same river. Each time I sit here, the river has changed. The water that touched my feet yesterday is long gone, replaced by new currents. The river is in a constant state of flux, just like our lives.'" The villagers murmured among themselves, some nodding in understanding. Heraclitus smiled and said, "You see, the river teaches us that change is the only constant. Just as we cannot step into the same river twice, we cannot live the same moment twice. Life is ever-changing, and we must learn to embrace this truth." A young boy raised his hand and asked, "But why is change important, Heraclitus?" "Change," Heraclitus replied, "is what allows us to grow, to learn, and to become who we are meant to be. If life were stagnant, like a pond with no flow, there would be no growth, no new experiences, and no progress. Embracing change means accepting the flow of life and finding beauty in the journey." As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the river, the villagers thanked Heraclitus for his story. They walked away with a newfound appreciation for the ever-changing river and the wisdom it held. Heraclitus remained by the water, watching the currents flow, a reminder of the constant and beautiful transformation that is life.